Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, your home for combat sports, where it's okay to be a passionate friend and where the world comes to kick ass. This is our TNA Impact review. Also got some big news about the pay-per-view. We will be doing pay-per-view profits on another show. Very crazy week for Impact, but nothing good there. Let's just start with this. Let's start what we always start with before we get into it. Please put in the comments if you thought this show was a win, loss, or tie. And I'm trying to be positive. I'm telling you what I got. So you put yours, win, loss, tie. If it's a win or a tie, tell me why. I'm going to say it's a huge loss. It's a huge loss on many, many different levels. And just... you know what? It's not even bad booking. It's the whole world is against them. There is breaking news, kind of breaking news. It happened. It was leaked out last night. Not even leaked out. Let me rephrase. Sometimes you work in the media so long you just use words the wrong way. Like, oh, exclusive, leaked out. But you know, they did. Impact sent out a little thing on their website that MVP has been declared medically unfit to compete. This obviously removes MVP from Sunday's Slammiversary pay-per-view, where he was scheduled to compete against Eric Young inside of a steel cage for the TNA Heavyweight Championship. Man, it's not even booking anymore. It's not even low attendance. It's not even Dixie Carter. They just can't catch a break. The Impacts have been nothing but storylines. And the storyline has been nothing but MVP versus Eric Young, and then this happens. And I'm sure they could plan ahead. What it's being replaced with at the pay-per-view, it will be Joe versus Lashley and Aries versus King, which was already scheduled. And the winners of that will go in a three-way cage match against Eric Young. So just pure craziness. You know, they're doing a lot of things wrong. They are doing a lot of things wrong in Impact Wrestling. But man, the outside world, if you believe in a higher power, if you believe in a higher power such as Terry Funk overwatches all of pro wrestling, they have to be against Impact Wrestling. This is kind of, you know, it's almost like, you know, you can point the finger at bad booking. You can point the finger at bad advertising. You can point the finger at running the company into the ground. But then you can't even point a finger. You're just like, man, you guys can't catch a break to save your life. Man, I just feel crazy bad. But you know what? The storyline was long and drawn out, and they fixed it on their website. The main event actually looks better. I know that sounds absolutely crazy. But, so that's the huge news coming out of TNA. We will be doing a pay-per-view profits, and hopefully we'll be doing a SmackDown review. So, we do have a comment here. It's kind of a mean comment, but it's from a huge WWE fan. House Show Wrestling says, MVP copied Daniel Bryan's injury. All TNA fans will say to defend his product is because of the beard, right? Oh, man. Copygate is never going to get out of this. Some things, you know, some things are TNA's fault, but this isn't TNA's fault. What is TNA's fault is this week's Impact. I have to say this is a loss. And before I break it down, before it gets all negative, is Slammiversary the biggest event of the year, or is it Bound for Glory? If you are an Impact Wrestling watcher, or acknowledge it, I don't even know if I can say fans, but screw it, even fans. If you are an Impact fan, do you think Slammiversary or Bound for Glory is their WrestleMania? Because if Slammiversary is their WrestleMania, if you see Slammiversary as their biggest event of the year, man, hard times. And even if it's not, you gotta admit it's at least their SummerSlam. It's definitely their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and this is what they go in with. So down in the comments, which one do you think is a bigger event, Bound for Glory or Slammiversary? All right, let's break this down. It opens up with a very long promo. And the thing is, it's been 4 weeks. They had these in the can. They were expecting MVP to be healthy, and everything was leading to this. But it was such a slow build. It was definitely WWE style, where it's like, you know what? That's a great promo. Well, let's do that 6 weeks in a row. I'm looking at you, Seth Rollins and Triple H. But it was a very, very slow build, which in the match isn't going to happen. But, you know, Dixie Carter, I got a wrestling theory. You know, there's conspiracy theories. I have a wrestling theory. I believe Dixie Carter is the dumbest human being alive, or she's getting paid by Vince McMahon to make him look good. You know, you could be like, no, there's no way, you conspiracy bastard. There's no way she's getting paid by Vince. Well, then, I guess it's a little bit of column A. But the character MVP is a fucking moron. He's a moron. He has pure power, except for his heel boss, which they don't like each other, but they hate the same things. I guess, you know, it's like, oh, I hate Jimmy too, but guess what? I hate you too. All right, well, let's fuck with each other and not fuck with Jimmy. I don't know. I don't understand the fucking storyline, but, you know, they built up to it, but MVP is making Dixie Carter look like a genius. And I know the whole Kenny King thing, but if you have power, just be like, hey, Kenny King, that's a bad idea. We're not fucking doing that. But, you know, all right, let's live in this kayfabe world. Well, he says you have to beat two of the three of us, Bobby Lashley, Kenny King, MVP, and then you get to do it. So the first one out of the gate, Bobby Lashley. This is bad booking. Not even the fact that Bobby Lashley won. All right, it's bad booking because how did Kenny King match not go first? He has to win one. You know, there's no way he's going to get swept, right? He has to win one. All right, so Kenny King's the hothead. He's going to lose in a close match like it. And my whole thing is, even if I was TNA, I would have redone the audio and switched it around. The second match, he has a decent match and wins. But the first match, he goes against Bobby Lashley. He gets his ass whooped. Your champion gets beat by Bobby Lashley. But, okay, that makes your champion look weak. But then, after he gets his ass whooped by Bobby Lashley, he beats Kenny King and makes Kenny King look like a bitch. The idea of booking an order of matches is to protect and build people. Not go, your champion's a bitch, but guess what? Kenny King's even a bigger bitch. I have no idea. This ain't even like a nitpick. This is just, I can't believe this went on the air. I can't believe people get paid. How do you not have the Kenny King win first? How do you not have the Kenny King win first? Your champion looks like a bitch. Now let's rearrange it. Let's have the same exact show and just have the option of editing the matches where they go. He has a match with Kenny King. Kenny King loses his cool, and Eric Young wins the match. Now, Kenny King doesn't look as bad because he didn't get his ass whooped prior. Your champion didn't get his ass whooped by Bobby Lashley. Then, when they go back in the back and they're talking, they're like, well, I lost my cool, but the only reason you guys beat him is because I beat him, I wore him down. So you're like, wow, you protected Kenny King and you protected your champ. So then when he loses to Bobby Lashley, you're like, well, maybe the champ could have beat Bobby Lashley if he didn't have to go through Kenny King first. I don't fucking understand, like, how this is fucking mad. How the fuck is this rocket scientist? How the fuck does not everyone see this? You know, I feel like fucking what the fuck is that movie by Beavis and Butthead? Idiocracy? I'm probably saying that wrong, but how ironic. But I just feel like I woke up in the future and everyone is stupid. That's what I felt. How do you not have the Kenny King go first? The idea of storylines, the idea of telling a story and building up to a pay-per-view is to protect everybody. You made your champ look like a punk-ass bitch, and then you made Kenny King look like a punk-ass bitch. Switch that around, everyone looks strong. Everyone looks strong. You told the same exact story, except no one looks like a bitch. And, you know, I just couldn't believe it. Well, Bobby Lashley, Eric Young, first match, Bobby Lashley wins. So your champion just straight up lost. Didn't have a match before it. Didn't. Bob just lost Bobby Lashley cleanly. All right. So next is, God damn, this is such a loss. Magnus, Jeff Hardy, Magnus, Magnus's buddy. The big shocker about this was Jeff Hardy brought out Abyss. have no idea. You know, it's so funny too because like you know he talked at what is it, Fighting Spirit magazine, whatever. Magnus did. He did an interview where he blamed the internet. Really, how the fuck do you blame the internet? You went from the most improved wrestler to first UK world champion. That is very debatable. And now you're a punk ass bitch. And I wonder if no one said anything because didn't write anything on the internet that people said that fucking Magnus didn't get along with fucking Big John fucking whoever. But he goes in this. I wonder if he knew the storyline. And he goes to UK, does this interview, and tries to get heel heat off bad booking. How is this the internet's fault? The internet said, you're a great heel champion. The internet said, fucking, you're the most improved wrestler of all time. I did not hear one thing the internet say, oh, Magnus is getting fucking heat on. Not once. I think you made that shit up to defend a shitty booking storyline. That's our fucking fault. You went from the most improved wrestler of, in Impact history, champion, to a fucking joke, and that's our fault? This storyline just ruined Magnus. It ruined everything. I do not find it interesting at all. And Magnus is like, it's the internet's fault. No, I'm going to speak on behalf of the internet. Dear Magnus, I decided to stand up and speak for the internet. No one said anything like that. Not a fucking soul. Everyone says, wow, you're fucking improved. I can't believe you're going through this shitty storyline. Okay? So if you could go to the magazine and be like, you know what? I was an asshole and blamed the fucking internet for bad booking. I'd appreciate that. Matter of fact, yeah, just if you could tweet me at Kocosports with your apology, I'd really appreciate that. Matter of fact, I'll pass it on to the rest of the internet because we all think the same thing, according to fucking TNA. Then you had Robbie E versus Knux. This is fucking by far. They have the New Jack thing where the music keeps playing. They have the Freak Show. They have Robbie E afraid of clowns. They have a lot of interference, a lot of craziness, horns. It is a bag of shit in a blender without its lid. That's what this is. I was willing to give it a chance. This is bad for indies. Like, I have no idea how people didn't walk out. It was just bad. It is not good. Not good at all. Knux wins. If matter of fact, you know what? I don't give the few people that watch our Impact reviews enough credit. If you did not fast forward on this match, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. You know what? If Internet Infantry had medals, maybe that's what we should do. We should do like some Reddit system with medals. If you watched Robbie E versus Knux and didn't fast forward, didn't check your email, didn't check your text message, you literally sat in front of your television and you watched the whole thing of Knux versus Robbie E, you get a medal. You deserve that. Congratulations. And if you thought that was good, you need to check in with Samuel Shaw. It was just absolutely horrible. And the poor Impact Zone. Oh, man. Rockstar Spud versus EC3. Usually huge fans, big fans. A lot of people shit on EC3. I had this debate on Facebook. A lot of people were like, oh, EC3 was a WWE jobber, and they fucking, you know, this is what WWE fucking, I guess, I don't want to say fanboys, but I guess maybe more TNA bashers. They always say that, oh, EC3 is a jobber, look at him, he's a main eventer. I would rather have 1,000,000 EC3s than one Jeff Hardy. I would rather have 8 trillion EC3s than fucking the main event Mafia. I would rather have guys that did not get a fair shake. There's been a lot of them. There was a lot cut earlier this week. Repackaged and done well like EC3 than Mr. Anderson, than Jeff Hardy. And that's just me. I'd rather see young guys that can go. If you're going to take guys from WWE, EC3 is the way to do it. I usually enjoy EC3 and Spud segments. They're usually the highlight of the night for me. And this was just bad. They brought out Brooke, Bully's former main squeeze, girlfriend, whatever. And they tried to drill her like it was a talk show, like, oh, Bully Ray did this, Bully Ray did that, and she's like, oh, he didn't do any of that. And then Spud had like a fake pregnancy test. Oh, it was bad. And I'm a huge fan of EC3 and Spud. I really am. They're probably my favorite thing to watch on Impact. But they struck out bad on this. Then Bully Ray comes down to be a face, and he's a horrible face. Absolutely horrible. Even my son Leo thinks he's a horrible face. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. I gotta fire my babysitters. You know what? Anyway, EC3 and Spud really struck out, and Bully Ray as a face is just garbage. And you know what I find me interesting? They're building up. They have a Texas Death Match. I want to see the Texas Death Match. I want to see what they do on pay-per-view, and I want to see something. I want to see if Slammiversary, their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, is the most important event, or a New York house show where their TV contracts for free. I feel bad for TNA fans that are going to pay for this. I feel bad for Impact fans because you think about it, you're about to pay $40 to $50 depending on where you shop. Maybe $30 if you live in certain countries. You know, if you live, well, actually, I think a lot of the overseas countries in Japan and Sky TV and all that, I think, you know, UK, I think we all get them for free for USA. But I can picture some poor bastard in the USA paying for this. Man, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you. And I want to know if their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, or first, depending, you know, how you view it, if their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and your storyline is Bully Ray is going to put Dixie Carter through a table, if they skip that on a pay-per-view to give it to free on New York, why, even as the most hardcore TNA Impact Wrestling loyalist, defender, the guys who go online and go on every YouTube review and say, you're a WWE fanboy, like that's some fucking, well, I'm a WWE fanboy, that makes Impact Wrestling better. I don't even understand how you can defend this. You're going to pay $40, $50. Let's say you don't pirate it. You pay $40, $50 because if you love TNA, you would pay the $40, $50, right? Then they don't do it. But then on free television, they do it. Doesn't that mean the pay-per-view is kind of worthless? And then what if Dixie Carter never goes through a table? And don't even get me started on a New York fucking show booking. Eric Young versus Kenny King. Match of the night on a real shitty show. Give yourself a round of applause. It's like you're the best of the worst. The order of it made Eric Young and Kenny King look like a bitch. So you had your match of the night, and just by your booking and match order, your match of the night, both guys walk out looking like a bitch. That's on you, creative. That's on you. And even in some small way, even Bobby Lashley kind of looks like a bitch. And MVP looks like a bitch. The idea, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you're going into a pay-per-view, the idea is not to make everyone look like a bitch. All right? MVP is stupid and looks like a bitch. And now he's injured, he's out, so it's an even worse situation, but you can't control that. Kenny King looks like a bitch. Eric Young looks like a bitch. And Bobby Lashley just beat the shit out of him. Then he's fucking, 10, 15 minutes later? Maybe an hour later? Fucking Eric Young's like, I'm fine. I'm ready to go against Kenny King. And I know they're trying to make Eric Young look like a tough guy, but you can do that with just... I just can't stress how fucking important match order is. I can't fucking stress that out enough. I just can't fucking do that. Match of the night. Absolute horrible booking. It made people look like shit. You should be kind of ashamed of yourself. I have no idea how you can go on living. All right, match of the night. If you want, go check out this match. It was a really, I don't know, I would say decent match. Yeah, decent's good. Then they have a #1 contenders match for a knockout championship. It's Brittany versus Gail Kim versus Madison Rayne. The beautiful people came down and did this. This is becoming way too popular on WWE and TNA. You can't have the heels come down and talk shit about the match because that just ruins your industry. If it happens maybe once a year and you're like, oh, look at that bad guy talking shit. But this happens on Raw, it happens on Main Event, it happens on Superstars, it happens on NXT, it happens on TNA. I don't know if Ring of Honor does it. I haven't watched Ring of Honor since Adam Cole's been champ. But yeah, it's just bad. It's just freaking bad. Brittany and Madison Rayne have the lesbian angle, so they were, oh my god, do we want to touch each other's boobies? No, I don't. And Gail Kim wins. That's what we got out of this. The beautiful people wanted Brittany to win because they're just punking her out, but they messed up and it was shenanigans. Fuck, Gail Kim won. Everything about this was a bag of shit. It's like, remember that bag of shit that was flinging everywhere for the fucking Robbie E match? Well, now this match was going through this shit, and then you're like, you know what? This is shit. Oh, I found the diamond. And the diamond is Gail Kim is going for the title. That's the diamond. All right? So, I can't even fucking recap. I don't even have the energy. And then MVP versus Eric Young, where, you know, MVP has to be the dumbest motherfucker ever. Eric Young has to be the dumbest motherfucker ever. And not only that, dude, it's such bad booking. It's such bad booking. All right, let's look how this show, their go-home show, hurts everybody. All right, hurts Eric Young because the champion loses the opening match to Bobby Lashley. Hurts Bobby Lashley because when Eric Young comes back out to fight Kenny King, he looks fresh as shit. Hurts Kenny King because after Bobby Lashley beat the shit out of the champion, he can't beat him. Looks bad on MVP because he's in charge. Why the fuck is he even in this situation if he's an abusive, power fucking hungry asshole? And where does fucking Dixie Carter and him feud even fucking come in? Alright, so then fucking MVP looks dumb as fuck for even letting this happen, but then fucking it makes all the good guys on the roster look bad because they're like, oh, don't make sure no one comes down, make sure no one comes down during the match. Oh, before the match, MVP's friends come down, where's Eric Young's friends? So not only does it make everyone look like shit, anyone that's been the Bully Rays who are like, you know what, I respect you as a champ, and I love the taste of your penis, and Austin Aries and Samoa Joe and all those guys look fucking like shit. I can't stress this out enough. This is not how booking is supposed to happen. Everyone's supposed to look good. So, yeah, the list continues. The list continues. So the match finally starts. MVP has a chair. He's sitting there taunting him, beating the shit out of him. Eric Young's getting an offense every now and then where I'm like, okay, it's third match of the night. He's Superman. What? Okay, he's John Cena. Right, whatever. And then MVP, just the dumbest motherfucking character, human being alive. MVP makes Homer Simpson look like he has a PhD. Homer Simpson is a smarter fucking character than MVP. MVP is by far the dumbest fucking character ever, so he has everything in his advantage. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit him with a chair and get disqualified. No. Maybe... Fuck. What a bad week. WWE, you know what I hate about you? I'm going to change path here. WWE, you know, you read spoilers. You know what's going to happen. And you're trying to beat TNA to the punch on NXT, on fucking... Dude, listen, TNA's storylines fucking suck balls. The talent is good. The storylines suck balls. By you reading the spoilers and making something happen on Raw that's going to happen on Impact that week, that's not... You're not... Why steal their bad ideas? Why go, oh, he's going to hit him with a chair? Why don't we do something like that on NXT so it looks like TNA is copying? Stop copying their spoilers to make them look like they're copying, because you're copying shit. It's copying shit. Dyson Kidd's storyline didn't make sense. MVP's storyline didn't make sense. Fucking Jesus fucking... Oh, I'm so fucking cranky, dude. Fucking Impact sucks so bad, I'm actually fucking mad at NXT. Yeah, so that's it. Eric Young had the line of the night, where he's like, oh, it don't look like I won, but I did. So I'm paraphrasing there. That's not exact, but it got a giggle out of me, so he got the line of the night. Also had the match of the night. Poor Eric Young. Dude, could be so good. How the fuck is that? How does Bobby Lashley fucking beat him first? How? Yeah, so he chooses a cage match. Then, you know, bad news, MVP's not wrestling. Now it's a three-way cage match with, who are the matches? Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe. And that's the thing, everyone looks bad. Everyone looks bad. That's it. Welcome to TNA booking. What is TNA booking? Everyone looks bad. Everybody. Because Samoa Joe is booked horribly, and he goes against Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley already beat him, so if Bobby Lashley beats Samoa Joe. And then Kenny King fucking lost. Just, okay, I'm not even going to hold that against you, because we didn't know MVP. I will not hold that against the booking. You know what? I'm sorry. It's bad. But you know what? Your bad recovery isn't your fault, and it's better than your planned event. So, hooray! This was a huge loss. I've never been so much fucking disappointed. This is the most I've been disappointed forever. If you're a TNA fan and you're... No, I don't even say TNA fan, because a fan wouldn't enjoy this. If you're a TNA defender, explain to me how the fuck this is good. Just explain it to me. And fucking do it. I already know. It's the beard. Oh, it's better than PG. No, it's not. WWE was a bag of shit this fucking week. It was the worst NXT in months. It was fucking the worst Raw probably this year. No. All right, maybe it'll be good. Oh, we got some live comments. Thank you. What do you think of Dixie? Actually, you know what? I don't even hate her. I feel bad for her. She's the ultimate money mark. And what a money mark is someone that spends money and you have to fucking, lead them on. You have to basically con them. She was conned into this situation. She's a sweet lady that is fucking dumb to the wrestling business and is losing tons of money but has too much of an ego to be a failure. Her parents gave everything to her, and she's supposed to be a marketing genius, but fucking can't, in MVP's hometown, can't draw. Look at these fucking house events. Look at, you know what? I don't hate her. I actually feel bad for her. And she is the ultimate money mark. The first thing a money mark says is, oh, I love pro wrestling. I'm just here to help. I'm not going to be on screen. Okay, well, I'm going to be an on-screen character, but, just an official type role, and maybe make a statement here and then. All right, I'm going to be in charge on screen. Well, if I'm going to be in charge on screen, I might as well get more TV time. I'm paying for this shit. We're not making a profit. And it just grows into an out-of-control monster. Independents have to do it. I just feel bad for her. You know what? I can't even hate her. And that was from BGC Fan 17. Thank you for the comments. What do you think can improve TNA? I honestly think, this is just my honest opinion, you have to get someone that knows story structure. You have to get someone that knows good in-ring wrestling. You can't get people from WWE, because all WWE knows, this is all WWE not wrestlers, but employees know. They only know protecting their spot. They don't know how to make the product better. They only know how to protect their spot. They only know how to be yes men. You have to get someone that fucking is passionate about pro wrestling, and you have to fucking have them where they have a vision. They put the show and the company above their career, and they don't have that. You have to clear house of creative. You have to go with a fresh fix, and you have to keep it simple. WWE has tons of storylines. SmackDown has tons of storylines. You have to do something. You've got to keep it simple and have in-ring ability. And you can't, if it's easy, and you have to stop getting WWE guys that are just watered down collecting paychecks. Christy Hemme should be gone. Bully Ray should stay. Mr. Anderson should be gone. Jeff Hardy should be gone. EC3 should stay. You should be getting WWE guys, only WWE guys that did not get a fair shake who can work in the ring. Jeff Hardy got his fair shake. Jeff Hardy, all these guys. The only people that have improved has been Bully Ray. I would get rid of everyone that cost a lot of money that has been on WWE television. The fact that Christy Hemme, Jeff Hardy, you know, well, Kurt Angle, we don't know if he's going to stay or not, but the fact that they're staying over AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan is just, I mean, not Daniel Bryan. Well, oh, you had a chance. And the whole thing is, too, like, it's been out for 11, 12 years now. They had a chance with CM Punk. Let's think of the best wrestlers recently. Daniel Bryan. They could have signed him. Why didn't they sign him? Let's see. Kenta. They could have signed him. Prince Devitt could have signed him. Okada could have signed him. CM Punk could have signed him. Look at that fucking roster. They're making mistake after mistake after mistake. The good thing about Impact is going to New York. Those fans are going to demand a good show. I would stay in New York. I wouldn't even go to Orlando. You're not going to out NXT. You know, NXT is the better fucking product. You're losing. I would leave Orlando, and I would just set a deal in New York, and I would cut everyone that cost a lot of money, and I would just, if you are going to sign WWE guys, pick and choose wisely. Don't just pick because they're stars. Because look, you had Ric Flair, you had Hulk Hogan, you had the Main Event Mafia, you had Kurt Angle, you had all these guys, and the ratings never went up. You know, you might be like, oh, they were at point A, and then they spent $12 trillion and went to a 1.2. I'm being a little sarcastic here. There'll be some TNA fan that will be like, that's not accurate. But they never fucking improved for their price. So I think the biggest mistake was not giving Paul Heyman the ball. Paul Heyman said, how would I improve it? Now, let's stick on the future. Let's not see how lower fuck-ups. I'm just focusing on that too much. How I would improve it, stay in New York, have a good alternative to WWE, and have good wrestling, simple storylines. The titles mean something, not crazy storylines, because it's just not fucking working. It's not working. You have the fucking freak show, fucking fair, fucking juggler group, not working. You have fucking the guy in the crazy house, not working. What the fuck? No one's coming to take over TNA. No one's coming to, oh, bases and eights, oh, fucking MVP. Shut the fuck up. No one wants to take over. Just put on good goddamn matches and make the title mean something. And go. Here's the thing. Ready? Here's a shocker, okay? Let's think. Who can we get that's pretty affordable? I'm pretty sure you don't pay low-key anything. I'm pretty sure you don't pay, let's see, low-key, I'm trying to think of an X Division guy that probably don't pay much. You know, low-key, I don't even know who the X Division guys are, but I do know, but I don't know their salaries. But let's just go, let's say even AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. Have AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, have low-key, have, you know, you could have got Prince Devitt. All these guys are cheap, and guess what? You're going to improve the product, and you can't go and sign big stars anymore. You signed the biggest stars in the world and failed. You have to prove you're different. Like, would you not rather have, like, everyone that makes under $1 million in TNA, cut everyone that makes over $1 million right now. Fucking cut them. You're still going to get your 1.0. You're still going to, you know what I mean? And eventually you have to make a profit. You have to rebuild. The answer isn't, you know, the answer, like, Hulk Hogan's like, oh, we could compete if you pick John Cena. No, you can't. Are you out of your fucking mind? How did anyone listen to Hulk Hogan? Well, he got paid. Good for Hogan. But yeah, I would cut everyone that makes over $1 million. I would get rid of all of creative team. Just start fresh. Start absolutely fresh. Bring the price down so much because your 1.0 is probably not going to go anywhere, and you might actually get a good show. And it's funny because Spike wants, you know, a good thing. All right. BGC Fan 17, thank you for all the comments. Off TNA topic. Top 5 things that can improve WWE. Oh, that's a tough question. All right. Top 5 things that can improve WWE. John Cena disappearing. Giving new guys the push and the effort that John Cena has. Let's see. Third thing, I make Rollins the champ. That's just short term. I think Rollins has to be champ. Fourth thing, less children's story. Like, one thing I would do to WWE, I would stop the whole, oh, look, we're a little bit of everything. Come check us out. No, I would separate the shows. Like, Monday Night Raw would be Vince McMahon's baby. Like, okay, fucking John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, we get it. And then I would make SmackDown, because SmackDown has the spoilers, the good wrestlers. I would definitely do that. I would have it where when you turn on the television, you knew you were watching a different style of wrestling. You have your own fucking network. How do you not have Shotgun Saturday Night / ECW type show? How do you not have a cruiserweight division? How do you not have, you know what I mean? You have your own network. You have your own network. Just go there. And another thing, just to improve to improve, and one thing business-wise, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the thing, is network worldwide. Make the network worldwide. You already risked it. Go there. I would do that. I would keep the storyline simpler. I would keep the shows separate. You know, I would bring back Saturday Morning Slam, and that's where John Cena would go. I would just make it where when you turn on the WWE Network, you can literally watch the show you want. Because right now it seems like Monday Night Raw is, yeah, I love storylines. The rest of the show sucked. I love wrestling. The rest of the show, like, they're not like ECW and WWE in its prime and WCW in its prime. Yeah, they mixed it up really good and had a little bit of everything, but that's not the case anymore. So I would like to have it separated. Like, I'd love to be like, you know, different people like different styles of wrestling, and you have your own network. Why not have separate shows? Even if you keep Raw the same, and look, it's everything. Even if you have Raw that way, I would at least have it where, like, hey, I like cruiserweight wrestling. Hey, I like independent, Ring of Honor, Pro Wrest, Stiff, Lucha. Like, even a Lucha show. That's what I would do. So I guess that would be the things I'd improve. I hope that was 5. All right, I think that will be our last live comment. Boom. Yeah. Oh, I'm missing SmackDown. Is it good? There will be a SmackDown review. There will be a preview / pay-per-view profits of Impact, and I am off to watch SmackDown. Thank you for the few live listeners we did have, and thank you for the internet inventory as always. Please check out Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. And yeah, lots of shows. So please subscribe, like, comment, the whole YouTube thing, tweet, Facebook. Come on. And if you have extra money, you got some money laying around, you're like, hey, you know what? The economy's ruined, but I have an extra $20 to $30. You can go to Kocosports.com and get yourself an internet inventory shirt. That would be cool. The ladies would love you. All right. We'll be back soon. Thank you again. And with that, I am over.